My girlfriend texted, "I'm going to be an influencer, support my dreams or get out," while maxing out my credit card. I replied, "Following my dreams too." Her influence dropped to 0 when she found the fraud reports I filed. I, 27 male, met Sienna about 2 years ago at a friend's birthday party. She was bartending part-time while working on her brand. Should have been my first red flag, but she was gorgeous and actually funny. We clicked. First year was great. She moved in after 8 months, split everything 50-50, even though I made more as a software developer. She kept bartending, posting on Instagram, talking about her 5-year plan to become a lifestyle influencer. I supported her. Why not? Everyone needs dreams. Things shifted 6 months ago. She quit bartending to focus on content creation full-time. Said she needed to post consistently, engage with followers, create her aesthetic. I agreed to cover rent temporarily, keyword temporarily. Her content was basic. Smoothie bowls, workout videos in our living room, day in my life vlogs that were 90% her talking to her phone. She had maybe 3K followers, but she studied bigger influencers like she was preparing for the bar exam. 2 months ago, she sat me down with a PowerPoint, actually made slides. "Babe, I need to level up," she said, clicking through photos of influencers in Bali, designer hauls, aesthetic apartment tours. "I'm competing with people who have resources. I need resources." Okay, what kind of resources? New camera equipment, better lighting, some investment pieces for my wardrobe, maybe a few trips for content. I asked for numbers. She said about 5K to start. I nearly choked on my coffee. "Sienna, that's a lot. Maybe start smaller, build up." Her face changed. "You don't believe in me." That's not what I said. "Marcus, I'm trying to build something here. Every day I'm falling behind. These other girls have boyfriends who support them, who invest in their future. I am supporting you. I'm paying all our bills. That's not investment. That's maintenance." She pulled up an Instagram account with 100K followers. She started same time as me. You know why she's successful? Her boyfriend bought her equipment, paid for her trips, believed in her vision. The fight lasted hours. Ended with her sleeping on the couch and me feeling like garbage for not believing in her dreams. Next morning, she acted like nothing happened. Made breakfast, kissed me goodbye. I thought we'd move past it. I was wrong. Started noticing charges on my credit card. Small at first, $50 here, $80 there. When I asked, she said she was buying props for content, and she'd pay me back when her sponsorships came through. I let it slide. Pick your battles, right? Then last week happened. Got a fraud alert from my credit card company. Someone tried to charge $2,400 at a camera store. I called immediately, thinking my card was compromised. While on hold, more alerts came through. Designer clothing site, $1,800. Airline tickets, $3,200. Luxury hotel booking, $1,900. All pending charges. My stomach dropped. Checked my wallet. Card was there. Checked online. Previous balance, $18,700. Available credit, $1,300. She'd maxed out my card. I found her in the living room, ring light on, talking to her phone about investing in yourself even when others won't. "Sienna." She held up one finger. Kept recording. "Sienna, we need to talk. Now." She sighed dramatically, stopped recording. "You just ruined a really good take." I showed her my phone, all the alerts. "Explain." She didn't even look ashamed. "It's not what it looks like. It looks like you stole my credit card information and went on a shopping spree." "Stole? We're partners. I was investing in our future." "My credit card is not our future. It's fraud." She laughed. Actually laughed. "Fraud? I'm your girlfriend. That doesn't give you the right to use my credit card without permission." "I tried to get permission. You said no. What was I supposed to do? Not commit a crime?" She stood up, hands on hips. "You know what? This is exactly the problem. You think small. I'm trying to build something and you're worried about a few $1,000s. $8,000. You spent $8,000. Invested. And it would have been worth it. The Bali trip alone would have generated enough content for 2 months. The camera equipment is professional grade. The clothes are investment pieces. None of that matters because you stole from me. Don't be dramatic. I was going to tell you, and when I start making money, I'll pay it all back with interest. I pulled out my phone. I'm calling the credit card company. Her face went pale. To dispute the charges? To report fraud? You can't do that. I'm your girlfriend. Watch me. Called right there. Reported every charge from the last month as fraudulent. The rep asked if I knew who might have done it. I said yes, my girlfriend had used the card without authorization. They said they'd investigate and I'd need to file a police report for amounts this large. Sienna was pacing, ranting about trust and partnership and how I was sabotaging her career. When I hung up, she grabbed my arm. Call them back. Tell them it was a mistake. No. Marcus, if you do this, I'm done. I'll leave. Door's right there. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. You're really choosing money over our relationship? You chose theft over our relationship. I'm going to be huge. In a year, this will be nothing. You'll be thanking me. In a year, you'll have a fraud conviction. She grabbed her phone, started typing furiously. My followers will hear about this. How you crushed my dreams. How you financially abused me by controlling the resources. Good luck with that narrative when the police report goes public. She stopped typing. You wouldn't dare. I have an appointment at the station tomorrow morning. Update 1. The last 72 hours have been insane. Sienna didn't leave that night. Instead, she tried a new strategy. Love bombing. Cooked dinner, apologized, sort of, tried to initiate intimacy. When that didn't work, she switched to tears. Then anger. Then back to tears. It was exhausting. Next morning, I went to the police station. Filed the report. The officer taking it asked twice if I was sure, since it was a domestic situation. I said yes. She nodded, said these cases are more common than people think. When I got home, Sienna was gone. So was her ring light, camera, and about half her stuff. Also missing, my Nintendo Switch, my backup laptop, and weirdly, my coffee maker. But here's where it gets interesting. She'd already started her campaign. Posted a tearful video about financial abuse in relationships and how her narcissistic ex was trying to control her dreams. The comments were mixed. Some people supported her, others asked for specifics. Then she made her mistake. She posted screenshots of evidence, including partial screenshots of my credit card statement showing the purchases, except she didn't crop out the last 4 digits of the card number. Or the transaction IDs. My buddy Keith is a paralegal. He screenshot everything immediately. Dude, she just admitted to the fraud publicly. But wait, it gets better. Remember those purchases? The camera equipment, designer clothes, airline tickets? She'd used them all in her content already. Posted unboxing videos, packing for Bali content, outfit try-ons, all dated before we broke up. The investigation was quick. Credit card company had her on camera at the luxury stores. She'd used tap to pay from her phone, which meant she'd added my card to her wallet app. That requires the full card number, expiration, and CVV. Clear proof of unauthorized use. They reversed all the charges. But that created a new problem for Sienna. See, she'd already flown to Bali, already worn the designer clothes in her posts, already used the camera equipment. When the charges reversed, the merchants came after her. The airline flagged her return ticket as invalid. She was stranded unless she paid the full $3,200 immediately. The clothing company demanded return of merchandise or payment. The camera store sent a legal notice. Her Instagram stories became increasingly panicked. Stuck in Bali because of toxic ex. Need legal advice ASAP. This is what happens when you date a tech bro. Update 2. Sienna's influencer career imploded faster than a failed souffle. First, someone on Instagram connected the dots. Found my credit card statement screenshots in her evidence posts. Matched them to her haul videos. Created a timeline proving she'd used the fraudulent purchases for content before our breakup. The comment sections turned brutal. So you stole from your boyfriend for content? The timestamps don't lie, sis. Imagine admitting to fraud for clout. She tried damage control. Posted a video claiming I'd given her permission verbally and was now retracting it out of spite. Said she had text evidence of me supporting her career. She did have texts where I said things like, I support your dreams and you'll make it happen. She thought these were permission to commit credit card fraud. The internet disagreed. Then the other shoe dropped. Remember she was stranded in Bali? She started a GoFundMe. Help a small creator get home after financial abuse. Goal, $5,000. Someone reported it. GoFundMe investigated, found the police report I'd filed, and shut it down for fraud. Not only that, but they banned her from the platform. But Sienna wasn't done. She pivoted to survival content. Day 3 stranded in paradise. Hostile life after financial abuse. Starting over with nothing. Except she wasn't stranded. Her parents had money. She just refused to call them because it would mean admitting what she'd done. She was choosing to stay in Bali for content. Meanwhile, I was dealing with my own issues. The police had built their case. The detective called to say they had enough evidence to press charges. Asked if I wanted to proceed. I said yes. Even though she's your girlfriend? Ex-girlfriend. And yes. The warrant was issued 2 days later. Update 3. Sienna flew back yesterday. Not because she wanted to, but because her tourist visa was expiring. Her parents finally paid for the ticket after her mom saw the Instagram stories. She was arrested at the airport. I know because her sister called me, screaming. How could you do this to her? She loved you. She stole from me. She was building a career. You have money. Had money, which she stole. Drop the charges, please. This will ruin her life. Should have thought of that before committing fraud. Her sister hung up on me. 20 minutes later, Sienna's mom called. Calmer, but same message. Their daughter made a mistake and shouldn't have her life ruined over it. I asked if they'd seen the evidence. The mom said yes, but that Sienna was influenced by social media pressure and not thinking clearly. She planned it, I said. Added my card to her phone, made purchases over weeks, posted the items online. That's not a mistake. It's a crime spree. Her mom offered to pay restitution. I explained the credit card company had already reversed the charges. This wasn't about money anymore. Then what do you want? I want someone to finally hold your daughter accountable for something. She hung up too. Sienna made bail that evening. First thing she did? Posted on Instagram. The truth about my arrest. Claimed I was bitter about her success, that I'd orchestrated everything to destroy a woman on the rise. The video has 35 views. Her follower count, which peaked at 8K during the Bali drama, is down to 1,200 and dropping. Final update. The legal system moves slower than you'd think, but the social consequences were immediate. Sienna pled guilty to credit card fraud. Her lawyer negotiated it down from a felony to a misdemeanor because it was her first offense and I'd been reimbursed. She got 6 months probation, 100 hours community service, $5,000 fine, mandatory financial counseling. But the real consequences were worse than any legal penalty. Her influencer career is dead. Completely. Her Instagram is down to 341 followers, mostly bots and drama watchers. She tried rebranding as a redemption journey creator, but nobody bought it. Turns out, felon lifestyle influencer isn't a profitable niche. She moved back with her parents, got a job at a call center. Her sister reached out last week to say Sienna was miserable but learning. I'm not gloating. Well, maybe a little. Found out through mutual friends that she tells people I ruined her life over a miscommunication. That I couldn't handle a strong woman with ambition. That if I'd just invested in her vision, she'd be famous by now. The delusion is strong, but reality is stronger. I'm doing fine. Changed all my passwords, got new cards, even switched banks to be safe. Started dating someone new, a teacher who thinks influencers are kinda silly and pays for her own dinner. Sometimes I check Sienna's social media. She's down to posting motivational quotes and gym selfies. Her bio still says lifestyle creator, but her last sponsored post was for a local juice bar, and she had to tag it court ordered. Last week she tried one more play, texted from a new number. I know you hate me, but I'm struggling. The fine wiped out my savings. Can you help? For what we had? I responded, what we had was you stealing $800 to $700 from me. I was gonna pay it back. When? With what influencer money? You never believed in me. I believed you were a good person. That was my mistake. She sent a long paragraph about dreams and support and partnership. I blocked the number. Her followers might be gone, but she still influenced one thing. My credit monitoring alerts are now set to paranoid levels. And I'll never date another aspiring influencer as long as I live. Funny thing about influence, it works both ways. She influenced me to steal, lie, and destroy trust. But she also influenced me to stand up for myself, file those reports, and not let anyone manipulate me into being their personal ATM. Her bio used to say, building my empire one post at a time. Now, it should probably say, destroyed my life one fraud at a time. But hey, at least she got some content out of it.